By the way, the girls aren't stupid in that situation necessarily either. There's a podcast, I forget the name of it, but this guy comes on and he has these OnlyFans. And every one of these girls looks like morons. They basically tell them that they're not living an ethical lifestyle, that they're stupid. Their only value is their pussy.
Whatever podcast, I think.
Say that again? The Whatever podcast. I think you're right. I think that is.
Yeah.
And for a while, I, like many people, thought, why are these girls going on this? Have they not seen the dozens, hundreds of episodes before them? That's definitely it. Where every girl looks stupid. Like you're walking into the lion's den. Well, it turns out these girls on the Whatever podcast make a lot of money. Their OnlyFans skyrocket. They are getting made by the Whatever podcast. So even though they look dumb for an hour, a lot of people see him, and you know what? I'd like to see that.
I wonder what Gorlak the Destroyer's up to, because there's no way her OnlyFans is popping. Like maybe she got like some sort of tire sponsorship.
Dude,
or
she's
like,
got
Hardee's, like a Hardee's endorsement.
Hardee's one. She's like she's sitting.
Try Hardee's 2-1 gravy biscuits for a limited time.
What goes on in this woman's mind, right? She rated herself a 10. She said she's a 10.
It's just a big fat Mexican homo dude with a wig on. But does he have OnlyFans?
Oh, is that a dude dressed as a woman? Oh, no. So it's a publicist. Oh, it is a chick.
It's a chick, yeah.
It's a guy.
Wait, I'm really?
Yeah,
I was completely fooled. That's a dude?
Mexican.
I thought that was the ugliest woman of all time, but this gentleman,
man of all time.
See, this is men stealing from women again. He took the title of ugliest woman ever.
But if he has OnlyFans, like
Rosie O'Donnell is so upset.
His little dick or something. I'll sign up for OnlyFans if he has an OnlyFans. We got to see that.
Don't.
Gorlak the Destroyer starts an OnlyFans.
Jesus fucking.
Oh, they
Christ.
have an OnlyFans.
I'm signing up for that.
You're a better man than I am.
I feel better now knowing that it's a dude trolling, because when I would see
it's a dude who's trans.
But that's just such an ugly individual. It's hard to believe that's sincere. Like that's so ugly that it's like when I would see that person, I'm like, there's a medical issue here. Like that's like airsoft fatty fat. Where like there's something medical going on. Yeah.
He's like a 0.1. Like he's
a 0.1, yeah.
Burn victims and like people with no limbs.
I'd rather be in like a burning car for like 30 seconds than look like that.
I appreciate that your scale of 1 to 10 includes burn victims, because sometimes people will be like, she's a 1, and it's just an ugly chick, and you're like, no, a burn victim doesn't have legs or arms or a face. Well, that's what a 1 is.
Pandora's box of conversation here. I don't know if you have 6 hours to spare, but yeah, I'm one of these people who thinks you have to leave some room at the bottom for like Rocky Dennis and someone who,
Gorlak
killed themselves, but it didn't work.
I think we leave some room at the top for some shit we haven't seen yet, too.
Well, that's another interesting conundrum. The bell curve of the 10. Some people say you see 110 in your lifetime. Some people say you should grade to the curve, whatever it's called. What do you call that when you like
grade on the curve?
Grade on a curve. So some people say you should see a 10 a month. That includes media, film, TV. I'm one of those people. I think you should see a 10 a month and adjust your standards accordingly.
Okay, so you weight it much higher. You don't think a 10 is a top 10%. You think the vast majority are 5s.
No, it's a bell curve.
Yeah,
it's a bell curve. But how often? Like the let's skip to the end here. How often do you see a 10?
Almost
Rarely.
Never. Almost never. If a true 10
1 a year
is
1 a year. I like that.
I think that's fair. 1 a year, one every 6 months.
Are you talking about just beauty standards, just physical appearance?
Well,
we're not talking about women's personalities.
Well, all right. Imagine if she's like the ruler of North Korea and she's fucking hot. Like that might be a downside.
Okay.
Imagine if if Lorena Bobbitt was a
downside.
10. All right, Lorena Bobbitt, she's a 10 now. That lady was actually attractive. Like, imagine instead of a fucking 7, she was a 10 and a half. Like, but she cut her last husband's dick off. I don't think I want to be in a serious relationship.
She got it out of her system.
Like, she's a 1.
I do look at it more holistically. Yeah, like Taylor Swift, for example.
Okay, this chick, she'll murder your children.
What's Taylor Swift? Would you call her a 7?
It's based on I want to fuck you and do I want to marry you? You don't want to marry a penis chopper. So she's a 1. She's a 0.
You don't tell me what to do.
So yours is not just purely a physical rating.
Well, if I 10, I don't know about the penis chopping. And then the woman you just showed is a 6. But
I think we have to ignore everything that's not physical because we can't really know because women are liars. So we just have to go on physical appearance alone because of their inherent dishonesty.
What about I think a good litmus test is Sylvester Stallone's daughters.
Ooh,
I don't know if I've seen them.
Some people call them 8s. Some people call them 10s. They're definitely in that range.
Zach, pull up a picture of the
Show me.
Sylvester Stallone girls.
Stallone's daughters.
Are you
Show me.
by the way, Ryan?
I know my favorite Stallone story is that he likes the glass bottom boat treatment. You know, where he gets under a glass table and the ladies squat on top and shit on it.
No,
That sounds
Yeah.
made up.
That's
Is that Miley Cyrus?
I like to.
How would you make up such a thing? Where do you see Miley Cyrus?
I don't know.
Which one? The one in the middle? Which one? Do
the
you
yellow
think's
one,
Miley?
right? It's the yellow.
The
one
yellow
that you
one's
thought was-
face looks
I see it. I see. I don't see
can't
it.
see what you're seeing. I need to see what
No.
you're seeing.
Oh, you can't see the on your web browser? Oh, maybe you can't.
He's got it in a different
I
setup.
can't. That
Right.
Oh,
He's got
I don't
all
It's
the-
Stallone and his daughters. They're
Here.
very attractive. The one in the green is a very attractive lady. The one on the right looks like Trump's daughter. The rest of them look not. You know, I think the one in
Oh,
black is
the one on
his
the
wife,
far,
right?
the one on the far left is not his daughter. That's got to be his wife.
Yeah, that's an older lady.
The one on the far right is you got to think of all the makeup and everything. So she's, on a Sunday morning doing laundry. She's
Look
a
how tall she is.
7.6.
She's taller than Stallone.
The green dress, though, can you blow her up for me, Ryan, just momentarily so I can see her? That was the one I was thinking of when I said
green dress.
Stallone's daughters. I think.
Oh, who's the one on the right? Who's blue?
Holy fucking shit!
I didn't see her in the previous picture.
is
What
the one
happened?
blue-
How many daughters does Stallone have?
At least 3. We know.
Blue is a 9.
If that's not a 10, what is? One in the blue.
I
Wait.
think
So
he's
what
like
is? What's the litmus test on his daughters? Are there people who are like, oh, Stallone's daughter's fucking monstrous?
I just made it up, but I assume so.
No, I like them as a litmus test. I like them as a Rorschach ink blot
Yeah.
drawing, call it what you will, because
I think a way to-
most of them.
A way to gauge a 10 is God hands you her, and he's like, make whatever changes you want. And you're like, oh, okay, thanks, God. You make the tits bigger, and then you make the nose different, and you change the ears or something. And then you bring her back to God, and you're like, I fucked up. Can you just
You
make
know
it?
what she looks like? She looks like Natalie Dormer, the chick from Game of Thrones, the one that was she had a marrying Tommen or whatever. She's got that like heart-shaped cutesy face. They're really pretty.
She makes me want to suck Stallone's dick just because it made chicks that hot.
Yeah. I mean, even maybe Apollo Creed could get involved. Rest in peace. I felt bad when I heard he passed this last week.
Stallone, then spit his cum on the ground, and then fuck his cum because it made his daughters.
Damn.
Is that gay?
I mean,
No.
as long as we end with
We
the
all do
daughters,
that.
I think we could power through some of that. I want him to wear the shorts from Rocky 2, though.
What happened?
I want him to wear his shorts from Rocky 2 during all that.
No, I don't care what he wears. I'm not.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misunderstood.
He could just wear his normal sweatpants. This is about his daughters.
Seems like we got to go through him to get to them, though. Wow, I don't know why we're now obsessed with Stallone's daughters,
Kyle, you
but
think
I'm
you
kind
could
of
beat
getting
up
on board
Stallone?
with it. Yeah, I could beat the shit out of Stallone.
Really?
Yeah. Stalone's old and short, and
But
probably
he's strong and he's very much into fitness.
yeah.
I mean, I don't know if he's boxed recently, but like,
Does he
did
box?
a lot of-
Oh, all right. Time out. Obviously, I know he played Rocky. I never considered that he probably knows how to box quite well.
He probably trained, he must have learned something about boxing.
it's got to be believable, right? And
I
no
don't-
one who watches
so
any Rocky
old.
goes, that was a weird
Mhm.
punch. Why is it like everyone who watches Rocky goes, that was a great uppercut? Although if you rewatch the one with Mr. T, the fighting, Mr. T is so bad
Yeah,
at fake fighting.
he's
It's
just swinging.
you could tell
Is
the
he?
editor was just like, oh fuck. All right, here we go.
Yeah, Ivan Drago was a better boxer. That guy's a genius. That guy's
Is he?
like literally a genius. I think he
Yeah.
has some really impressive degree, maybe like something like biochemistry or something crazy like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Stallone's so old. I want to say I could beat up that old man, even though that he is in shape and knows how to fight, because he's like, I think of him as 80. Is he 80? He's definitely
77.
mid-step.
Well, that changes everything.
He
He's
has
a little
TV
young to
show.
be president, but otherwise okay.
Oh, that
So
that video's fake. I talked to weightlifter dudes, and they're like, Like, look at the way the weights move.
Yeah.
I can do that.
He's done a couple things with fake weights that bother me.
Yeah. He's got a new TV show that's debuting now where he plays a mobster who's released from prison and New York doesn't want him anymore. So they make him go to Texas. And so he just but he's completely out of the loop with technology and everything. And he just gets a black driver who's hip to cell phones and shit. And he's like, you order it or you pay for it. Like all he has is cash and nobody will take his cash. It's fun. Tulsa King. Yeah, that's it.
If you were in Hollywood, if I was an executive in Hollywood and I heard that pitch, I'd be like, next.
Right?
That's a no for me.
I didn't like it too much because he's getting into like machine gun fights with local punks in Texas, and it's like, I don't know. He's 77 fucking years old. Nobody's intimidated. You'd be in prison. I'd be locked right back up.
The Expendables, the new one, because I'm gay for Jason Statham. But dude, his fucking plastic surgery face looks like a scrotum that just got spooked by a snowman.
Statham?
Like he's like
Stallone.
Statham looks great, but he's like this. Yo, I don't think this is gonna work out. I wanna meet you guys later on and we see if we can hang out. I'm like, are you mad, sad? Are you crying? What's going on with your fucking face, you freak?
He seems like he has severe CTE.
I think he's got nerve damage. So he got nerve damage when he was in his face when he was being delivered. That's why his mouth does that stupid thing. But here's the most embarrassing thing ever. His brother,
the doctor didn't do it right.
It's true.
But his brother looks like that too. Frank
Stallone's putting a face on to look like more like his brother. He fakes the nerve damage that his more famous brother has, so that people don't like keep them like connected. I swear that's the truth. It's the sickest story in Hollywood. It's disgusting.
Embarrassing.
They're sucking fetuses dry out there, but this is what's disgusting.
That's his brother?
Yeah, that's Frank Stallone.
Damn, that guy's a
movie star.
That guy's a fucking loser. I didn't know he had a brother till right now.
Dude, like when Stallone was killing it, all those like big movies and fucking the hottest women in the world. His brother was doing all this B-list shit, all these crappy action movies, just lots of junk and trash, just whatever he could get. Because on the cover it would say Stallone starring in Cobra 2. And you'd be like, oh, I love Stallone and Cobra. I can't believe he made a sequel. And it's like, nah, it's Frank Stallone, and he's a Cobra tamer. he's not that cool cop with the fancy car anymore.
He just calmed down Cobras, and they're not as angry after.
He's a herpetologist.
Well, he's more of a Cobra mitigator. He doesn't fully shut down the aggression.
Show me a Cobra, and I will simmer it down.
Yeah, I'll take it from a 9 to an 8.
Only slightly less embarrassing is Stallone's mother's fitness tapes.
Whoa.
And it's either his mother or his mother and his father who was in those fitness tapes with like the moms and dads of other Hollywood celebrities. Like they collaborated and they're in spandex doing like terrible aerobics, like calisthenics and stuff. It's humiliating.
You're taking me back to my old buddy Derek Beckles. He used to put together these compilations called TV Carnage. I think he still sells them. And it's a compilation of like the worst DVDs, VHS tapes that you've ever seen in your fucking life. And that's how I think I learned about the Sly Stone's mom's workout tapes. He's got hundreds of hours of the worst garbage you've ever seen. But you know what the brother thing reminds me of? That let's get ready to rumble guy's brother.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And his thing is like, okay, guys, it's time for a fight or whatever.
Yeah. Isn't his brother's thing where he's like, it's time?
Yes.
Yeah,
and it's like, that is so much worse than let's get ready to rumble. Let's get ready to rumble wouldn't have its worst pair of shoes buffed by its time.
I disagree.
It's embarrassing.
I disagree.
No, you're just an MMA fan. First of all, as a fan of neither, I'm objective. And
they didn't discover they were brothers until like later in life.
What? I didn't know that.
All right, Bruce Buffer didn't know, like was a fan even of his brother and discovered they were brothers. And then he's like, oh, we're brothers? Hey, let me introduce you to the introducing people who are about to fight game. It's the best job in the world. And then he got the same job for the UFC. And
I like surpassed him.
I heard.
I like its time.
I want to respond to Taylor. I want Taylor to be wrong, but I don't think he is. I am also biased and pro MMA on this thing, but it's Ready to Rumble is just better.
Let's Get Ready to Rumble is where it's at.
That's an objective fact. So isn't the original guy pissed? I heard that he was mad at his brother, and I get it.
Surely not.
No, because you diluted my brand. And now people are like, how much are you? Let's Get Ready to Rumble. I'm $1 million per fight. Is there anyone like you, but a little more affordable? Well, there's my brother who's $100,000. Okay, we'll go with him. It's not as cool of a line, but I get $900,000 back.
Bruce runs both businesses.
He should. Wait, is
a feud? I thought there was a feud.
Is Bruce Let's Get Ready to Rumble, or is he It's Time?
He's It's Time.
Oh, well, then the other one's the good one. Yeah. He should be in charge.
Bruce's employee is the good one?
Yes.
I'm always going to go with Bruce because Joe told us that like Bruce liked whores and like coke and partying and stuff, and that sounded like the coolest shit ever for a 60-year-old quasi celebrity to do.
I'm sure the other one does also. They're brothers.
Sure.
You know?